Hey everyone, XVS here. Welcome to my 3-minute guide. Today we'll be going over Vayne, one of the strongest AD carries in the game. To start off, let's talk about Masteries. When playing Vayne, you want to have 21 points in offense and 9 points in defense. This Mastery setup will provide you with attack speed, armor penetration, and attack damage. The 2 points in Butcher are also very good because they allow you to last hit range minions under the tower during your early levels when you're usually pushed in. Moving on to the runes. This page is the one that you should be using on all AD carries. It consists of 8 AD marks, 9 armor seals, 9 magic resist glyphs, 2 lifesteal quints, 1 AD quint, and 1 increased crit chance mark. The reason you want this setup is that you'll be able to sustain and stay in lane for much longer. You'll end up getting more gold and it'll be much easier to snowball. Also, the 1 crit rune is personal preference. I use it because if you don't use it, you have absolutely no chance of critting until you get your zeal. Let's talk about what you should be leveling. I make sure I have a point in every skill by level 3 so I can pull off the combo, something I'll explain later in this video. The skill you max depends on what you build. I prefer the attack speed build, so I max my silver bolts. There are a few ways to build Vayne, and this is the one I like the most. I'll be listing the alternative ways to build her in a written guide, and I'll put a link to that in the description. First, you want to start off with the Doran's Blade. This will give you some good base HP, and some sustain from the life on hit passive. Then, you want to rush a Blade of the Rune King. The active is extremely strong and it gives you a lot of high potential, damage, and health. After that, get your Berserk Greaves and proceed to get a Phantom Dancer. Then, go for a Last Whisper and then an Infinity Edge. Also, finish off with a defensive item. Guardian Angel or Quicksilver Sash are really good, depending on the enemy team comp and how the game is going. Alright, let's talk about how to play Vayne. Her laning in the early game isn't the greatest, but once she hits mid to late game, she's a goddess. Generally, I'll try and be as aggressive as possible, something you may have noticed a few seconds ago. Vayne snowballs really easily, so any kills are worth a lot. When you get to the point of the game where there are teamfights going, you have to adapt your playstyle to what's happening in game. Usually, you'll be the main target for the enemy team. This means you need to be careful with your positioning. Try and stay behind your teammates and hit whatever's closest to you. Your silver bolts deal true damage, and this allows you to shred tanks. So, enemy tanks diving you really shouldn't be that much of a problem. The only problems you may have are assassins such as Kassadin, Rengar, Evelyn, and a few others. Make sure you're close enough to your team in teamfights so they're able to react quickly to those people. Here are a few tips for Vayne. Most of your damage comes from silver bolts, so your goal should be to get the 3rd hit on the enemy for true damage to be dealt. To do this, there are a few combos that you can chain. Generally, you want to auto attack, tumble, and condemn, or auto attack. It's situational. Watch closely in this clip as I auto attack, tumble, and condemn to deal huge damage to the enemy. Once you can master this, you'll find yourself with some really good scores. Also, don't forget that Vayne's passive gives you increased movement speed when running towards an enemy. Use this to your advantage. The last trick for this video is the auto attack reset. When you tumble into a wall, your auto attack is reset, similar to Renekton's W. This is very effective to clear buffs and get objectives quicker. You can also use it in teamfights if you're not getting focused. Alright everyone, thank you very much for watching, and let me know what you thought of this video in the comments. Feedback from you guys is great, and I really want these videos to be as good as possible, so any constructive criticism is awesome. If you want to be updated on when I post a video, just please click the subscribe button, and I'll see you next time.